duck hunting tournament in Gackle. Woke up in the morning, drove out there, got everything set up, started shooting ducks. Everything was going good, and then Brett's got asthma. Didn't bring an inhaler. My pickup was the only truck out there. We drove out to the slough. We're in the middle of nowhere, pretty much between Gackle and Napoleon. So I let him take my truck. Went to Jamestown to get an inhaler.
On my way back from Jamestown, I recently got my inhaler prescription filled. I was probably a mile away from my dad's house, which is about halfway from where we were hunting in Jamestown. I looked down to grab my inhaler, take another puff. When I looked back up, there happened to be a deer just crossing the road. Having it not be my car, not my truck, brand new, I didn't want to wreck it, so I did swerve. I would have been fine if there was no approach. Turns out there was an approach, and brakes didn't quite stop me in time. I hit the approach going about 50 miles an hour. Got airborne. They said I flew about 60 feet. Landed on the nose. Did roll. That's about all I recall of the actual crash. I remember waking up, hanging from the seatbelt. All the airbags definitely went off, and had to crawl, find my way out of the truck. Besides a couple bumps and bruises, the only thing that really happened was a concussion. The way the cab held up was amazing. Looking back at it, any other car that I would have driven and had that accident, I probably wouldn't have walked away, especially with such few injuries. It's really incredible. Looking back at the pictures, there's no way that a crash that intense, a vehicle should have held up as well as it did. And I'm always going to recommend an F-150. Any truck I ever buy is going to be a Ford, without a doubt. I was very impressed, and I tell everybody about how I shouldn't have probably walked away from it, but the safety features weren't outstanding. Looking at the truck, I was amazed. I don't know how else to put it. It was amazing how all the airbags went off. The roof, even with the sunroof, didn't shatter, didn't collapse. I mean, it really saved my life.
Honestly, looking back, I'd rather have you than a pickup. So I always get a new pickup, but yeah, I mean, just seeing what happened to the truck, and the entire cab was still intact, everything, all the airbags. I honestly don't think I'd ever buy another truck. If he was driving anything else, that would have been a totally different situation. I'm glad he survived that. Glad he was driving my truck, not something else.